y'all. I'm so not ready for this, but I'm also so beyond ready for this. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Becca, and on this channel, I am currently reacting my way through eating disorder recovery alongside complex chronic illness, one video at a time, and I am honestly so stoked for this today. Like, I can't contain my excitement because here's the deal. If you've been around the channel before, you know that I'm a huge fan of Ren, I'm a big fan of Knox, I'm obviously a huge fan of Em, and there have just been so many health issues going on over the past 2 months or so, and I have not been able to record even a fraction of the stuff that I wanted to be able to. That means I've missed recording Knox's Killshot remix from over a month ago now, and I've also missed this entire battle thus far from Knox and this King Dada, who we're calling Not a Chance, but we'll get to that when I get to those videos. That's what I'm gonna call him, because I know people have had fun with his name there. We'll get to those videos later, but in this video I want to finally get to reacting to Knox's remix of Killshot in this one-take video that he did, because back in 2018 when Em released Killshot, you may not know this unless you saw my community post, I briefly mentioned it a couple days ago. I did a reaction to Killshot back in 2018. Now, you will not find it on this channel. It is floating around the internet on another channel unlisted, so you can't find it unless I give you the direct link. If you want to see it, let me know. I might give you the direct link in the comments below, even though it's on a different channel. I do want to say my reaction style has gotten much more dialed in, and I've gotten much better at it, I guess, overall from 2018 till now, so it's not exactly like what I'm doing today, but oh my gosh, I had so much fun with it. So again, let me know if you want me to link that, and I'll do that down below. Without further ado though, I can't wait to get into this Killshot remix, and this, to the best of my knowledge, is not part of the back and forth disc, but it came out a couple weeks before the first one.
Editing Becky here, just to quickly say, I didn't have the order of everything correct in this one. I fix it in upcoming videos.
Time for Knox's one-take video remix of Em's Killshot. Oh, let's freaking do this! Let's go, man! Let's freaking go! I've literally got chills right now. I've been sitting here trying to press play, and I've got chills because I'm nervous, because I'm so excited, like excited energy. So here we go, Knox Hill, Killshot remix, one-take video. And this is the first Knox reaction that I've actually done, so I'm kind of geeking out about that too. Oh boy, oh god! Okay. Time to get to it. Sorry for talking, I'm so freaking excited. Caveat also, a lot of times, I've been spoiled by Ren because Ren often puts his lyrics in a comment on his videos, and I'm able to look at them if there's not something that I catch myself and I want to make sure I get it right. There are no lyrics to this out there, so I may have to like kind of pause it and rewind it a bit to get some things, but other than that, let's freaking go. Woohoo! Woo! Ah!
Dear Knox Hill, congratulations.
You've been demonetized.
Oh, you know undefeated, come get wrapped in a hurry. All my flows get it heated like a Shaq's in Missouri. Get it.
Okay, we're gonna take it back to the verse. I just want to talk about those intro lines that he spoke. I love the tongue-in-cheek stuff that Knox is already starting with just that little spoken intro. It said, Dear Knox Hill, congratulations, you've been demonetized. And it did like that deeper voice there when it was kind of fading out. I love that he's like starting off with that self-awareness, that speaking to that battle that so many reactors specifically deal with, because you post things and they're like instantly demonetized, and it's very frustrating.
And of course, Knox is much more than only a reactor. He's an excellent artist in his own right, so the demonetized line is also probably a metaphor for being shut out of the industry and not being given the opportunities and credit he deserves.
I also want to point out that he's wearing Marshall headphones here. There's no freaking way that's a coincidence. Knowing this guy's brain, there's no way that he's wearing Marshall headphones while doing a remix of Marshall Mathers' song. There's no way that that's a coincidence. And again, the attention to detail. I also just noticed he's wearing an MF Doom shirt. He's wearing an MF Doom shirt here. And this is one take video, so he's gonna be wearing that this whole time too. So shout out to MF Doom. Does not get enough love that as he should. He's crazy good. But yeah. All right, let's get to the actual song and lyrics.
You've been demonetized.
Oh, you know undefeated, come get wrapped in a hurry. All my flows get it heated like a Shaq's in Missouri. Get a dose of the season, then I splash, bro, the curry. I'm a goat for a reason. In the grass, I leave you buried. Quick.
Guys, I want to let this play, but you know, just like Ren, just like Em, Knox is packing his bars, and even if you've not listened to his music before, you know he packs his bars because of the way that he can unpack other people's bars. So like, just call it like it is. We're going to be pausing because there's going to be a lot of stuff to go through in this one. But as always, I will rewind it to make sure we don't miss any transitions. So he starts off saying, oh, you know, undefeated, come get wrapped in a hurry. Obviously, a double entendre there, wrapped, like wrapping things up and or rap on the mic, rap music there. Then he says, "On my flows get it heated like it's Jackson, Missouri," and already this guy. So flows, obviously rap flows, spitting lines, all of that. Also, water. What does water do when it's moving? It flows. Jackson, Missouri is very well known for having horrible quality like tap water, very frequently under a boil water advisory in Jackson, Missouri. So flows get it heated. He's getting hot on the track. He's delivering his flows. He's delivering his bars. Also in Jackson, Missouri, they got to heat up that water to get where it's boiling. So they got to heat up that water that flows before they're able to actually use it. Oh my goodness.
The season, then I splash, bro, the curry. I'm a goat for a reason. In the grass, I leave you buried. Whoa. Quick pen and bars, been in charge, I am the boss. I'm the best, period, these mental pause. Been at war, send the wolves, I send the corpse and pickles left like dental floss.
Get a dose of the season, then I'll splash bro to curry. I'm a goat for a reason, in the grass I'll leave you buried. So I want to talk about, first of all, of course, the slant rhyme there with curry and buried. He made that slant rhyme work really well. Instead of pronouncing it as curry and buried, just curry and buried. Like, he did that really well. The splash bro line. Bro is packing so many multis into the first 2 sentences of this song. Like, it's gonna take us forever to get through this because, oh my gosh. Splash Brothers being a nickname for Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, I think, the duo in the NBA. So he's kind of saying that. He's like, I'm a goat for a reason. He's the greatest of all time for a reason. In the grass, I'll leave you buried. And that makes me think a little bit of some lines that I've heard in just different songs. I'm thinking of a couple lines from MGK. I know M has done several lines with like this grass imagery. He was like, I will leave you buried. I will leave you under the ground there. I will leave you buried in the grass, down in the ground. I'm gonna crush you. It says, I'm a goat for a reason. In the grass, I'll leave you buried. Maybe I'm reaching here, but goats, I believe, also mostly eat like grass. They chew on grass type stuff like that a lot. So again, probably a reach on my part. Let's keep it going. I will say it's really hard for me to catch these when I'm not able to also look at the lyrics to verify that I'm hearing what's correct here. So it's taking my brain a little bit, but this is awesome already.
Quick pen and bars, been in charge, I am the boss. I'm the best, period, these mental pause. Been at war, send the wolves, I send the...
Hold on. What? What? Did you just hear that word? Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Quick pen and bars, been in charge. I'm the boss. I'm the best, period, these middle pause. So he's like illustrating that pause there and that wordplay. That's what I lost it on. There says, I'm the best, period. So like, I'm the best, point blank, period, end of story. These mental pause. So like these men that he's going against, these other rappers in the game who are trying to talk down at him, they're gonna pause when he's getting on the track like this.
Y'all, I'm an embarrassment to myself. I can't believe I call myself a grammarian or a lover of language and words and grammar when I miss the very obvious, at least now to me while I'm editing, allusion and reference to the difference between a period and a comma. Knox is saying he's the best, period. A period is a hard stop. That's the end of the sentence. Then he goes on to say these men will pause as if those men are a comma. So he does the period. These men are going to be doing a comma because they will pause. Oh, guys, like I said, my brain's not at its peak right now. It still obviously isn't. I'm really glad to be back to this, but I'm not at the top of my game.
Also, the period line. The period line. He's the best, period. These menopause. Like,
period, these mental pause. Been at war, send the wolves, I send the corpse and pickles left like dental floss. My pen will gloss, when I recall. Y'all imagine who you are, you need a caption on.
Been at war, send the wolves, I'll send the corpse. Can't tell exactly what he's saying there. I've rewound this like 10 times. It's like in people something like dental floss. I feel like I'm missing the key word there, but you saw he did like that motion like dental floss. And then he's going to the next line where he says his penal gloss. So like dental floss, maybe he's picking through stuff. I'm probably missing something. My brain is just not picking up on the word there. But he uses that dental floss line, then he turns to the other side and says my penal gloss. So his pen will, the gloss imagery could be like another dental type thing since he was talking about floss there and shiny teeth, all the gloss, stuff like that. But also his pen will gloss over whatever these other people are doing. It'll also just kind of glide across the page and put his words out there because he has got these bars to fight this battle. Even if you're sending the wolves out there, he'll send the corpse out there because he's already, what's he going with there? He's going like, there's already someone that I've attacked and I'll bring him back up and I'll send him to you again and attack you again like that. Again, this is not part of like the back and forth diss, but my gosh. God. Guys, I feel like I'm not doing this justice because my brain is just not picking up a whole lot right now. Sorry.
Been at war, send the wolves, I send the corpse and pickles left like dental floss. My pen will gloss, when I recall. Y'all imagine who you are, you need a caption on your bars. You just hatching the facades. I don't need the cliff notes, I'm like Zilla Golden Fraud. Send you to the...
Okay. Feel a little bit called out right here.
My pen will gloss, when I recall. Y'all imagine who you are, you need a caption on your bars. You just hatching the facades. I don't need the cliff notes, I'm like Zilla Golden Fraud. Send you to the crypto, I don't scam like Logan Paul.
That Logan Paul diss, oh my goodness. Y'all imagine who you are, you need a caption on your bars, you just hatching a visage. So y'all imagine who you are, so in other words, he's saying he's the GOAT here. When he records, he's recalling things and he's spitting them out there. Y'all are just imagining how great you are. You're imagining how good you are. You're imagining, it's all in your imagination how you could go against him because you can't, because again, he follows it up with need a caption on your bars. You just hatching a visage. That's like talking about someone's facial expression or the way that they look like on the surface there, not to be confused with facade, two totally different words, but visage, V-I-S-A-G-E. You're hatching this visage. You're hatching this version that you think you're imagining you are, but you're really not that at all. And then he's getting ready to go off even more. Ah.
A caption on your bars, you just hatching a facade. I don't need the cliff notes, I'm like Zilla golden fraud. Send you to the crypto, I don't scam like Logan Paul. Jesus, don't cross me, you leech is exhausting. All you do is blah blah yada yada. I'm the Baba Yaga, I'm the saga harder than the Yakuza. You talk a lot of data, you ain't got the heart, you hard as water.
Woo! Yeah. Okay, alright, we're taking that back a little bit, but I want to remark really quickly. His flows here, he is killing the flows here, and he's also doing a lot of flows that are very similar to some flows that M did in Killshot, while also adding his own spin on it, of course. So I'm loving that so much. His internal rhymes and his wordplay, again, is just so far beyond. Then maybe calling back to that corpse line, he said, send you to the crypto. So like, maybe that's a play on the word crypt, I'll send you to the grave. But then he went ahead and followed it up with, send you to the crypto. I don't scare like Logan Paul. Logan Paul was in like a bunch of crypto stuff. A bunch of crap went down. I don't know all the details of it, but I know I read some headlines back in the day when it happened. I think that's what he's saying here. I love the way he just kind of like put his arms out there, and we saw him getting ready to go to this next thing, and he did that cross symbol when he was saying, Jesus, don't cross me. So that, again, just wordplay is great. He said, you leeches exhaust me. So these people that are trying to feed off him and get their own clout and steal from him and try to take away from him and say that he's not got it, it's just exhausting for him to have to deal with those blood-sucking leeches of people.
All you do is blah blah yada yada. I'm the Baba Yaga, I'm the saga harder than the Yakuza. You talk a lot of data, you ain't got the heart, you hard as water.
Okay, hold on a sec. I like the way that he's doing like the yada yada bada, like he's making some nonsense syllables in there, which again is a very Eminem thing to do, but he's also spitting some words in direct, like really clear bars in here that, again, my brain is just taking a second to pick up.
All you do is blah blah yada yada. I'm the Baba Yaga, I'm the saga harder than the Yakuza. You talk a lot of data, you ain't got the heart, you hard as water.
So I love that he's using the word Yakuza here, and we're going to talk about the meaning and the line leading up to it and all that, but that is a slang term, I believe it's mostly like an English or a UK term for like a gangster. So he's bringing in those UK references, which is just kind of neat to me. I love that he's done that. Before I get back to his lyrics, I want to point out the fact that he was exhausting there made me think of a line from Killshot where M goes, exhausting, letting off on my offspring, it's a gun barrel, get off me. Like that exhausting thing there just fits so perfectly. The scheme reminded me exactly of it, but we're going to get back to the words here on Knox's remix.
I'm the Baba Yaga, I'm the saga harder than the Yakuza. You talk a lot of data, you ain't got the heart, you hard as water.
Okay, I like the way that he did that. You talk a lot of data. So he was using the lotta, like the two words, and he repeated the lotta just to get that rhyme scheme in your head, and lotta data. So he's saying you're talking a lot of stuff, again, stuff that doesn't make sense, a lot of nonsense stuff that doesn't make sense. You ain't got the heart, you hard as water. A couple things there that I think he's saying. You don't got the heart, you're weak, like as far as being hard as water. Water is obviously a very malleable substance. It's not something that is very physically hard. As far as like anything can disrupt water, it does not take much. Now, obviously, water can carve grooves in rocks and mountains and stuff over time, so we're not talking about that. But your heart is water, so you aren't hard. You think you're hard, you're not hard. Stop trying to put on that visage, because that's not who you are. Also, I'm wondering if he's calling back to the Jackson, Missouri line again with the hardest water, because hard water, a lot of times, there are a lot of different places, specifically when the water is not properly filtered, like the communal water, the tap water in cities and stuff, that is considered hard water, and that means it leaves a lot of like residue and mineral stuff that maybe shouldn't really be getting through your water tap. I think that he may have had that in mind there. I don't think that he was necessarily trying to like super go elaborate on that example there, but it was again another multi that stuck out to me. Your heart is water, and he's getting ready to go on. Let's see.
The heart, you hard as water. Yeah. I'll leave a hole when I'm drilling instrumentals. Yeah. The with my dogs, or I'll fit you in a kennel. I'm lit like John Wick, I could kill you with a pencil. Ay.
Woo! Okay, all right. I love the way that he delivered that. You hard as water. And then it kind of faded out, and he just like paused, took a beat there. Then goes on to the line, I leave a hole when I'm drilling instrumentals. So like he was going hard on those lines, then he took that pause and he took a breath there, and he took a very quick rest. leaving a hole in the track there so you can hear the instrumental in the background, yet he's not spitting lyrics over it. Oh, goodness. Like, he literally talked about what he just did in that next line. And also, leave a hole when I'm drilling instrumentals. Obviously, drilling instrumentals, spitting hard bars, literally just creating the instrumentals themselves and just going hard on them. But also, drills, obviously, power tools, they drill holes in things. That's what drills do. They drill holes. So, yeah. I love that he said, don't mess with my dogs or I'll put you in the kennel. I'm lit like John Wick. I can kill you with a pencil. Woo! Alright, John Wick. I love that he started with, I'm lit like John Wick. So he's lit, he's hot on the bars. I don't recall if John Wick had any, like, substance stuff. I could be completely wrong on that, so I'm not saying that angle here, but, like, I'm lit like John Wick. So he's lit as far as writing his bars. He's lit as far as being hot on the mic and delivering his bars. Also, lit like John Wick. Wick, obviously being a candle. You gotta light a candle, so a lit wick. Also a flame and fire, so back to more of the fire analogies there. Then I could kill you with a pencil, because that's what John Wick literally did in the movies. That's literally what John Wick would do. And I love it. And I love that he did like a mic drop with the pencil. There's like, I kill you with the pencil. Dropped it. And he did it across like that, much like he did the floss and then this penal gloss. So I'm wondering what he's going back and forth, because it's like up on his mouth almost, but is he trying to do like a killing type thing? I don't know. I could be completely off on that again. So let's take it back and keep going. This is so fun.
John Wick, I could kill you with a pencil, ayy. Now imagine me broke in a deep hole where my knees won't go, trying to reach rope as I sink low and I bleed my woes, but the beast my hope, trying to reach my foes. Hated for my skin tone, tainted as an M clone. How can they explain it? I was only ever painting what I've known. I've been low, but the way I earned through this pain, I window.
Okay, we're going to take it back and go through some of those lines. I wanted to let a little bit more of it play there just so it's not so choppy, but we are going to dissect these things. And the internal rhyme schemes that he did here, it's, oh my gosh, it's, of course, it doesn't surprise me, but it's great. It's amazing. The execution is just perfect. He said, now imagine me broke in a deep hole where my knees won't go, trying to reach rope is a sink low when I bleed my woes, but the beast my hope, trying to reach my foes. That is just a crazy rhyme scheme. It was like two syllables for most of it, then the last two or three things there, it was 3 syllables, but it was still that EO rhyme scheme, and oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. And then he's speaking out to the people who have always compared him to M just because he's a white rapper here. So I have a feeling he's getting ready to go off on that topic. And I love where we saw him. We're going to take it back and get to that transition. But I love that we saw him going into like a therapy session type setup here, which was very reminiscent of NF's album by that same name, Therapy Session. But I also think it's showing us here that he is really getting into his psyche and trying to just share these things that are in his head that he wants to be able to speak, that he has just always been dealing with and always been told.
But the beast my hope, trying to reach my foes. Hated for my skin tone, tainted as an M clone. How can they explain it? I was only ever painting what I've known. I've been low, but the way I earned through this pain, I window. The government been tapped.
Hold on. Alrighty, fam. Oh my goodness. Hated for my skin tone, tainted like an M clone. How could they explain it? Always only ever painted what I know. So he's saying, you know, he's done what he's known. He has shared his life. He has painted these pictures in music from his own life. And maybe, yeah, he's white and he raps. That's about the similarities to M. Now, obviously, he's an M fan. He's doing these remixes on M beats and he's crushing them. But like, it's so annoying that every white rapper, and I mean, I guess I kind of understand it because M was like the first that really took off hugely like that as a solo rapper. But also, like, it's really annoying. I can't even imagine for specifically male white rappers who get into the game to always be compared to Eminem. Whether you do the same style or not, you're always compared to M. And I think he's just like, you can see it on his face where I pause there, he's just like introspecting, thinking about this, and it's really like, again, exhausting having to defend that because he's literally just ever put what he's known into songs, yet he's told, yo, you're just an M clone, you're just trying to be Eminem. And that's not the case at all.
I was only ever painting what I've known. I've been low, but the way I earned through this pain, I window.
I've been low, but the way I earned through this pain, I went though. Okay, so cracking up on this line. But the way I earned through this pain, I window. So, all right, I've been low, and I like the way that the camera work there kind of like went down lower to get an angle from him there as he's laying on the couch there with what you can assume is a therapist in the chair across from him. I've been low, but the way I earned through this pain, I window. So he's saying he's earned through his pain. He has put the pain that he has gone through in life into his songs. He has earned his spot. He just recently crossed 1 million subscribers, not to mention people that just listen to his music on other platforms and are fans and all of that. that. He has absolutely earned that through a lot of pain and blood, sweat, and tears putting it into this, and also the pain of being like dissed and saying, oh, you're just an Eminem clone, you're just trying to be Eminem, just stop trying and all that, which like nobody got time for that. But the fact that he said the way I earned through this pain I win though, like he's earning through the pain, he said, and then he wins though. He's dealing with all that pain and going through it, but he's also winning. Also, pain, window pain. These are the little intricacies that I love. Yeah, earn through this pain, I window. Alright.
The government been tapping the phone, it's all track and control. Got a map on your home bad since way back when they pushed LSD and smacked the black prisoners trapped in a hole. Ask the Contras who push like cocaine if you tracking and spinning. They use the cold water, wear a mask in defenders, harassing defenders, and then they had the nerve to claim a crack epidemic.
Whoa, I did not expect these bars. Holy moly.
But the way I earned through this pain, I window. The government been tapping the phone, it's all track and control. Got a map on your home bad since way back when they pushed LSD and smacked the black prisoners trapped in a hole.
Okay, I'm so here for this like government conspiracy MK Ultra type bars here, because he's saying, you know, the government's tapping your phone, it's all track and control, got a map on your home since way back when they pushed LSD and smacked the black prisoners trapped in a hole. That has to be a reference to MK Ultra, because MK Ultra, part of that was like unwittingly giving people psychedelics, and disproportionately it was black communities who essentially could not fight back to this government program of psychedelic, quote, research. It was not research, it was absolutely horrible. This whole MK Ultra thing, the fact that he's talking about the government tapping your phone and knowing where you are and all of that, that has to be what he's talking about there, with the LSD specifically, because that is something that they used as part of that study. Again, something that never should have gone on. Absolutely horrible abuse.
Ask the Contras who push like cocaine if you tracking and spinning. They use the cold water, wear a mask in defenders, harassing defenders, and then they had the nerve to claim a crack epidemic.
Dude, Knox is going deep here, because these lines that he's got here about, ask the Contras who push that cocaine, you track and to spin it. So push that cocaine, the Contras, again, this is another like CIA drug controversy conspiracy thing, this Contras and CIA thing. It was a big deal back in like the mid-90s. I could be wrong. I think it's the mid-90s, and it was this whole, I'm not going to get all the details right, so I'm not going to try to recount it and just be completely wrong, but what he's referencing there with the Contras is the Nicaraguan cocaine trafficking operations during the Civil War that was happening in Nicaragua. And there have been a lot of people and a lot of writers who have claimed that the CIA was involved in that, which of course the CIA denies, because that's what they do when it's anything remotely like that. But the fact that he referenced MK Ultra, the fact that he's bringing this in there, I think we can see how Knox feels about this stuff. And then obviously there's like cocaine, if you're tracking to spend it. Tracking, you know, obviously you can get drug tracks as well, depending on what drug you're using, so that could be another double entendre there.
They use the cold water, wear a mask in defenders, harassing defenders, and then they had the nerve to claim a crack epidemic.
And I like these going on like they use the cold water, wear a mask, and defend us. I think that's what he's saying there, mask and defend us, harassing defenders, so maybe harassing the people who are actually trying to defend the truth, to trying to defend the people who are trying to speak out against all of these conflicts that are going on. And then he flips it and says, and then they had the nerve to claim a crack epidemic? So like they started this, they knew it was going on, and now they are making it this sensationalized, oh, it's an epidemic, even though we played a role in it, but we're not going to tell you we played a role in it because it's an epidemic. Oh no, the world, we certainly didn't have a hand in it, except oh wait, this is not a conspiracy theory channel, so I'll leave it at that. Let's keep going. I also like the way that he's opening the door here before we get ready on to this next part, because it looks like there's a handoff. Maybe he's handing off drugs. Maybe he's symbolizing of some kind of deal here that's going on. This video, I haven't commented enough on the video itself, because again, the lyrics have just been so jam-packed and my brain's having trouble keeping up, but
claim a crack epidemic. Being woke, they still sleeping on me like the pole in the street. So I scroll through these beats, phone charge till I find another vote to release. Folks in a piece, I'm a rogues in the heat. Who you know, pen and me. I don't beef, I just eat. This is what I excrete. With the number 2, spitting anyone will do. Drew on you folks sitting, what the hell do?
Okay, well, again, trying to let at least full sections play through, even if we go back and dissect, which is what we're getting ready to do here. So again, let's go back to some of these lines. Oh my goodness, this is so fun.
And then they had the nerve to claim a crack epidemic. being woke, they still sleeping on me like the pole in the street. So
but F being woke, they still sleeping on me like the pole in the street. I'm not sure if there's, again, there's probably a meaning of pole that I'm missing there. I don't think it's a reference to like someone who's Polish, so we're just not even gonna go that route. But like, it sounds like he's referencing, you know, a telephone pole that has like lights up on the street where they turn on at night. But those poles that are in the street, they're not necessarily sleeping, although the lights are on when everybody else is sleeping. So maybe that's what he's saying. He's like, nobody else is out there, everybody else is sleeping. All you can see out on the streets are the street lights, are the telephone poles that are around. I have a feeling I'm completely off on that one, but we're gonna keep moving forward. And also his flow and the different deliveries and the way he's switching it up here and the rhythms that he is channeling is just like, it lights up my brain in such a way that even though I know I'm missing some stuff, I'm loving it. I'm totally geeking out here.
in the street, so I scroll through these beats, phone charge till I find another vote to release. Folks in a piece.
So I scroll through these beats, phone charge till I find another bone to release. I can't hear what he's saying there. It sounds like he's saying F a vote and a beast, and that is not at all what he's saying. I cannot hear those two words clearly. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. My brain obviously is not at its peak right now. I keep rewound it like 20 times. I can't hear what those words are.
They still sleeping on me like the pole in the street, so I scroll through these beats, phone charge till I find another vote to release. Folks in a piece, I'm a rogues in the heat. Who you know?
All right, I think what he's saying here in some of these lines, which again, I could be getting it wrong, I could be mishearing, but says, I'm a rogue sending heat. So could be talking about himself being like a rogue bullet that is just like flying around until it hits whatever is around. Whatever else is not the actual rogue bullet himself. Obviously that would take heat. That would play back into the fire analogy there, the spitting heat, the bringing heat to the track, the bringing heat to just whatever energy is around whoever you're around. And he says, who you know pinning me. And I'm thinking, part of that makes me think like, who do you think is pinning him? Who do you know is actually pinning him down? Who do you know is battling with him and actually pinning him, metaphorically winning a battle because they've pinned Knox down? I haven't seen that happen yet. I've yet to see it happen. Have you seen it happen? I don't think it's happened. So who you know is pinning him? No one. Also, who do you know is pinning words the way he is? Not many, if any. And I just, again, love that there. And then I love that he uses super cheesy, but I love it. A long time they said, I don't beef, I just ate. This is what I excrete. So he doesn't beef with rappers. He doesn't really get into like fights and battles and all that. Of course, we're going to get into the battle tracks and the disses that have gone back and forth over the past few weeks, but that's what he's saying there. He says, I don't beef, I just ate. So he doesn't fight, he just ate. He just eats stuff up. He just eats up the beats and delivers it. And this is what he excretes. So this like fire bars, this kill shot of a track is what he excretes when he is eating all of the beef, because he's not necessarily engaging in the beef, but he is nourishing himself and then he is spitting it back out, excreting it like that. However, he's not going with that analogy as we go further on. So let's play it back a little bit and we'll talk more.
I don't beef, I just eat. This is what I excrete. With the number 2, spitting anyone will do. And true, all you folks sitting, wonder how I do.
Okay, so that ad lib right after, this is what I excrete. There was like this little ad lib shot. I was like, shh, this is what I excrete. Shh. And I'm cracking up. That little ad lib there is what I excrete. And then he goes on to make a number 2 reference, which again, Eminem does that a lot, so it doesn't surprise me that Knox put it in this remix of Killshot. I think that might be paying some homage to a lot of bars that M has that reference similar things like that with the whole number 2 line and all that. But goodness.
With the number 2, spitting anyone will do. And true, all you folks sitting, wonder how I do. But where the f were you when we were suiting up on the same corner where they shooting up, pushing dust in the cut? I was moving CDs with no love, trying to get a buzz and move it up. But the mainstream, I don't really see value with the ice and the whips that'll only devalue. They selling you a pill, you don't need to eat value. Pushing fentanyl lean, you don't need to be battled. Stay free.
Woohoo! Oh, he's spitting truth here. He is spitting truth here. My gosh. Let's dissect some of that. But where were you when we were suiting up on the same corner where they shooting ups? And as he's speeding that line, he's, grabbing that coat there, putting it on. So he's literally suiting up, putting his coat on. And he's saying, where were you when we were out there suiting up on the same corners where people were shooting up? So take it back to the track line, take it back to the cocaine, all the crack references like that. Definitely think that that's what that analogy was after all with the tracks and stuff like that. And then he follows that with yet another drug reference to pushing dust in the cut. I was moving CDs with no love, trying to get a buzz and move it up. So pushing dust in the cut there. Dust is a slang term for PCP. So the, you know, pushing drugs there, pushing the dust there in the cut, in maybe in the hood there, also entering your body, maybe cut is an analogy for that as well, and just cuts of drugs. I mean, you have to get your cut of this, that, whatever. Again, my slang is all over the place. I'm not speaking very coherently, guys. Geez, this is blowing my mind, but man, my brain is having trouble. But I like that he then went on to talk about how he was moving CDs with no love, so he was getting no attention, even though he was trying to get a buzz. And he's not talking about, I don't think he's talking about trying to get a buzz from the drugs that were on the street, because he's suiting up trying to push his CDs while these other people are shooting up trying to push this dust. So like, he's saying he was trying to get a buzz, trying to get people to know his name, trying to get this like buzzing around him, this excitement, this energy for his music, and then it just wasn't happening. He was getting no love whatsoever, trying to get that buzz while other people were trying to get the other type of buzz from drugs.
Get a buzz and move it up. But the mainstream, I don't really see value with the ice and the whips that'll only devalue. They selling.
And that's a truth line. F the mainstream, I don't really see value. The ice and the whips, that'll only devalue you. Ooh, that's so true. Do you realize the value of anything that you buy is depreciating the second that you buy it? Now, obviously, there are assorted things that are collector's items, whatever. Not talking about that, but all the things you see people like bragging about, all these whips, all these chains, all this swag that they get, that's just going to devalue. That's not going to last forever. And if your music is trash, the stuff that you get with the money that you've made from that, you're not going to be able to hold on to it. It's going to devalue. It's what it is.
With the ice and the whips that'll only devalue. They selling you a pill, you don't need to eat value. Pushing fentanyl lean, you don't need to be battled.
So I'm selling you a pill, you don't need to eat Valium. I think he was saying Valium there, but I think he was also kind of stretching the word Valium to kind of fit with the value earlier, a couple lines ago. I think I'm missing these lines completely. So here's what I'm hearing. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I have a feeling I'm getting some of this wrong here. They're selling you a pill, you don't need to eat Valium, push some fentanyl and lean, you don't need to be battle. I don't think that's what he's saying there. That's what I'm hearing though. So trying to sell you a pill, could be that they're trying, again, the direct drug analogy there, but also trying to sell you this pill to just buy into whatever the mainstream is. You don't need to eat values, what they're telling you. They're pushing this pill, just take this Valium. You don't need this value that you could have, just take the Valium instead. Maybe push some fentanyl and lean. You don't need to be bad. You don't, I'm getting that line wrong completely. I'm sorry, Knox. I can't understand those words. That's not your fault. That's 100% on my brain. We're going to go to the next line because I don't want to waste your all's time. I am so daggone sorry.
Pushing fentanyl lean, you don't need to be battled. Stay free and in attendance. They serve you all this racket, but I ain't in attendance. Still a fence in the room and these donkeys in attendance. But I don't vote for any. I'm independent. Hey, do what you love, man. And f*** anyone who tells you you can. Killshot to the labels, I'm out.
I'm walking away there. Yeah, man. All right, let's talk about the end of that. All right, so some of these lines in this last part here, he's saying, stay free, and then the tenants. What it sounded like there to me is he's saying a couple different things, and then attendance, or then the tenants. The tenants like T-E-N-A-N-T-S, or and also possibly T-E-N-E-T-S, like tenant, which is basically like a belief, a religious belief, a principle, a personally held conviction and belief. So that's what tenant is. Stay free, and in the tenant. So I think he's saying, stay free, and in the tenants, of course, sticking to your convictions, to your values, stay with what the tenets of your belief system are. Also, stay free and in the tenants, so you could be like a tenant being someone who is renting a place or is living in a place and inhabiting wherever they're living. Then he goes on to say, they serve you all this racket, but I ain't into tennis. So I love that he's got that tenant, maybe even like attendance. There was almost like an attendance slant rhyme there as well. But then I ain't into tennis. They're going to serve you up all this racket. So obviously racket, tennis racket, but also all this noise, all this cacophony, all this chaos. He ain't into tennis. Nope, that's not what he's here to do.
They serve you all this racket, but I ain't in attendance. Till the fence in the room and these donkeys in attendance. But
you say till the fist's in the room and these donkeys in attendance? I feel like I'm completely missing something there. Guys, this is just going to show you how smart his bars are. And here's the thing. We've talked about how smart Ren's bars are all the time. The reason I've been able to break those down much more efficiently than this is because, again, I can refer to the lyrics if needed and think through things a little bit more clearly. I'm not catching everything perfectly here. And again, not Knox's fault at all. He's delivering this basically flawlessly, and his delivery is just so fire and on point. It is just my own stupid brain that is having trouble with a couple different things here.
In the room and these donkeys in attendance, but I don't vote for any. I'm independent.
but I don't vote for any. I'm independent. So then he's saying these fists in the room and the donkey's in attendance, but I don't vote for any. I'm independent. So Donkey's there. He could be making an allusion to Democrats there, but I can't imagine that he's like making a statement for the current state of the Republican Party either. I don't know his political views. I'm not making a political statement either, but I know he's very much on like both sides. And as he followed it up with there, I don't vote for any. I don't vote for the donkey side. I don't vote for the elephant side. Maybe there was an elephant line that I missed in there. That's one of the things that I misheard. But he's saying I'm independent. So he is making an allusion there. Obviously, again, double entendre with independent being an independent registered voter. He's independent, so he's not voting for either side. Also, he's independent because he's an independent artist and he is crushing it despite all of these people that are in these rooms trying to take him down, all these studio execs who would probably never give him a chance because they're always just sucked into all the mainstream stuff that, as Knox pointed out, doesn't have value and will actually devalue the second that you start owning things. And I love that people like Knox and Ren are crushing it as independent artists. That just proves like, it's awesome, man. It's awesome, man. Good for them.
In the room and these donkeys in attendance, but I don't vote for any. I'm independent. Hey, do what you love, man. And f*** anyone who tells you you can. Killshot to the labels, I'm out.
Yo, I'm so here for that. That, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a long time to get through it because, again, my brain was just having trouble catching some things. I'm sure I missed several things, but I feel like I at least got quite a bit. Oh my goodness. I don't really have a whole lot else to say other than he crushed it. He did Killshot. So proud. He did Proud. He did Killshot. He did such a great remix of it. This has so much value and it just showcases his skill, like Killshot to the industry, Killshot to the labels there, like he did that. That's literally how he ended the song, and I like that he ended it also on that message of don't let anyone tell you what you can do, because he's proof that if people are telling you, no, you can't, you're independent, you still keep grinding. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of pain, but when you're dealing with that pain, you're eventually going to window, haha, callback, if you push through that pain to where you're earning things and getting this acclaim and getting the attention and recognition that you ultimately deserve. So, Knox, 10 out of 10. Killshot remix, one take video. The video itself, again, I know I did not comment nearly enough on the video and the visuals. That in of itself was amazing. The fact that it was one take and he was going like various different places there, very reminiscent of some Ren videos that we've done on this channel before, as far as just like the different changes from set to set while it's all one take. Whoever was doing the camera work, likewise, super smooth. Loved it all. Loved the little things that he put in there, like exchanging and getting a deal, like going through the door when he was talking about all the different drug lines. I love it, and I love, again, the fact that he's doing all this with the headphones on that say Marshall that you see at the beginning, because there's no way that that's not just a shout out. So, oh, Knox, you crushed it. You crushed it. Killed it, man. You kill-shotted it. That's not a word. You kill-shot it, I guess. You gave it a kill shot. Fighting the urge to say Becca Doss certified just to play on Knox Hill's phrase there, because I do not deserve to say that phrase, but certifiably awesome. Can't wait to dig into the disses back and forth now. On that note, take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.